Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, we'll be discussing more about lists. So let's get right into it. So continuing off from last episode, a list doesn't just have to store strings. It can also store integers or floats. So let's create another list and we'll call this list numbers. So what I've done here is just created a list of numbers, and this numbers could of course be anything, and I can also have a mix of numbers, integers, and strings. So I could have 1000 and then high as another element, but for this scenario I'm just going to have it be all integers. So what if I told you that I want you to go through each list and I want you to find the sum of all of these numbers? How would you do this? A hint is that you need a for loop and a variable which you can keep adding the numbers in the list to get the final result. So as I said, we need a variable that's going to keep track of all of our numbers and their total. So we're just going to call this variable total. And I'm going to set total to have a value of 0. Now, the second thing I said you need is a for loop. And this is so that we can go through all of the elements in our list of numbers. So for I in numbers, which is our list, and what do we need to do now? Well, we need to take our variable and add it to the element. So how are we going to do this? Well, we're going to take our current total, which is 0, and then we're going to add each element to it. So total plus I. So what does this do? Well, the first time around, I is going to be 1. That's the first element in our list of numbers. So total is going to be total plus I. Total plus 1. So total is now going to be equal to 1. Oh, and I completely forgot. Because we're changing the value of our variable, we're going to have to put total is equal to total plus I. So once again, total starts at 0. And now total is going to be added to this value of I, which is 1. So now total is going to be 1. The second time I goes through, I becomes 3. And total is now 1. So we're going to see that total, or 1, is equal to 1 plus 3, because that's our next value. So I'm also going to say print total, so we can see how the value of total always changes. And now if I do this, we can see that the first time around, well, first we initialize total to be 0, then it adds 1, then 3, then 5, then 7, and finally 1000 to give us a total of 1016. And you can see that this is how we add up all of the numbers in a list. Alright, so that was just a quick little intro to lists, and that's going to be it for today's video. So I'll see you in the next one.